Welcome to Mitch and Mike's voiceover journey. This is Mike, and that is
Mitchell.
And our guest today is
Larry.
That was horrible.
Awesome.
I loved it.
Yeah, literally hit record and Mitch suddenly goes, "Hey, let's sing the intro." That was
We got to get new
idea.
skills in the bag.
Yes, and
Yeah, exactly. That's
It
what we
worked.
did. Yeah, today on the show, if you're not watching, if you're just listening, we got our old pal Larry Oblander, the second on the show.
Is there a third?
clear.
Yeah.
It's the second time on the show as well. So Larry was one of the first people we asked to guest on the show way back in season 1 a couple of years ago. And so we've all come a long way since then. The show is just so much better since then. We just really know what we're doing now. So
They're giving me a second shot to see if I ever am allowed to come back again.
yeah, this will be the true test.
I think
if you fail,
just saying yes and showing up is like the only criteria we hold
honestly,
at this point.
yeah, just saying sure, I'll be on the show really kind of endears you to us.
Pretty pumped.
But so Larry, since it's been a while, what you been up to, sir?
Yeesh. It's been a little bit.
Yeah. Since so you have all of 2025 to tell us about, and half of 2026 at least.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, let's see. 2025. I know that I did a boot commercial. I have, since recently, I'm now hitting on to my, that are in post-production, 6th, 7th, and 8th video games.
Holy crap.
Actually, 5th, 6th, and 7th. The 8th one we're still recording. So,
Where
and
you
the fun part on that one is, in Call of Duty terms, I'm an operator that you can choose to play.
Yes.
So
Nice. I want to get that game and play Larry.
Yeah.
it's
Like a fiddle.
pretty
And
cool.
get you killed over and over again because I'm horrible at first-person shooting games. I want to hear Larry die again and again.
That's you'll hear a lot of screaming. Actually, when I auditioned for that, my wife, that was when I got the new rule at my house of, if you're going to audition for something like that, please don't do it so late at night. Because part of the audition was, we need all the grunts and the yells and the whatevers. And on the last few, it was, okay, you're burning in a ball of fire. So I went all in, and she's like, I really thought you were in trouble out there. I thought maybe you had fallen and needed help. And she said, I'm surprised the neighbors haven't called the cops.
I'm so happy that you acted so well that even your wife, who knows you're a voice actor, thinks you were truly injured.
When she said that, I said, oh, thank you. That's the best compliment I've gotten, because you actually believed that I was hurt.
Yes.
But where are the paramedics? Because apparently you didn't care enough to actually call someone to help me.
I'm like, well, let's see. You didn't come out to check on me. You just thought, is he hurt?
You just texted him. What's wrong with you now?
I've told my wife so many times, like, in the weight room, I'm fine, that she stopped. If I drop a weight really loud, she's done asking. So I could drop it on my neck or something. I'm out. I'm done.
The weightlifter who cried wolf.
Wolf. Exactly.
She stopped coming in every time you kept going, when you were lifting the weights.
He finishes a lot. Right?
You know, I actually way back when I was going to the gym, I was at a YMCA gym, and there was this woman who would come and work out, and she wore like the spandex high hip things with the leggings and everything.
Oh, you were
probably
way back.
40.
Yeah, way back.
But when she worked out, she made the noises that were a wee bit inappropriate. And at the time, I was bringing my middle school age son to work out for football, and I'm like, okay, can we stop that? Because that's just gross.
Was he pumped?
Huh? No.
I mean, was he excited?
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that a middle school age...
He was grossed out, too.
What?
I was going to say, I'll bet you he kept saying he wanted to go work out.
Yeah, right. That kid worked out for the rest of his life. It's like, where is that lady?
No, in
She's
fact,
60
I think he
now.
was the one, like, we left, and he just looked at me and said, what is that lady's problem? I'm like, she
And he's
wants
been chasing
attention,
that
buddy.
high ever
She just
since.
wants attention. Yeah.
I already understand some differences between me and your son. So these back to it, Larry.
Yes, sir.
These gigs, where the
Yes.
hell are you digging these up from? Are these people you know?
Honestly, the majority of what I get is Voice 123 and Backstage.
Really?
Yep.
So Backstage has some juicy roles in there to find. Really?
In fact, this video game that we were just discussing was actually on Backstage.
And this is like a $50 a year subscription or something silly like
I
that.
wish it was $50 a year, but
Oh, okay. I thought it was kind of cheap.
no, that one's a little more expensive.
Okay.
And then the Voice 123, I actually pay one of the higher amounts. It's basic. I mean, once you get so like I hear a lot of people that talk somewhat negatively on Voice 123. And yes, in the beginning, it is definitely a grind trying to get into the algorithms to where you start getting more auditions coming in. It's definitely a grind in the beginning because I think I did like the first 2 years on the lowest tier I could be on to try and bring in some auditions. Got a few hits on a couple of those, so things kind of worked. Kind of started rolling a little bit. But then what I kept doing is each time I would get a decent paying job on one of these, then I would save that to pay for the next tier the following year. And then I kept slowly but surely moving my way up to where now I'm on I want to say it's like the $800 tier. It's not the cheapie.
Right.
But you're really only competing against 20 to 50 people for your auditions.
At first.
Compared to when you're on the bottom tier, you're going against, thousands of people that are trying to put something in there for it. No, I won't say thousands, but a lot more people.
Right.
And so
it generally doesn't reach the absolute bottom tier of people.
Right. And so, and unless you're part of the initial submitters for a lot of those auditions, you're probably not going to get heard. And it's like, so you got to be on top of it. But the other bad part is that on that tier, you're typically not getting a lot of auditions except for in the middle of the night. And so it's like you either got to hit it early in the morning or later at night in order to be able to hit those to try and get that going. And, for me, it was just a matter of I just wanted to try and put in that time to slowly but surely start to raise that tier up. And once that went up, because honestly, probably 93% of the work I get is from Voice 123.
Oh, wow.
And I would say then a couple of video games came from Backstage. And that's pretty much where all my work comes from. And one video game I got from a friend, right? They were already the lead in the game. That was for Kong, Survivor Instinct. They wanted somebody who could somewhat sound like Charles Dance. Mike Cunningham is the lead in that. And he was like, I know a guy.
I knew a guy.
I went and auditioned for them real quick, and they were like, yep, we want you to come and do that role, because it was the recurring character that actually came from the movies of Godzilla and Kong from the Monsterverse. And so I was like, all right, cool. So, I mean, the cool part on that is just the fact that you go to the Monsterverse, and now it's Charles Dance as Alan Jonah. Larry Oblander right under Charles Dance. And
Oh,
I'm just
my
like,
gosh.
this is surreal that my name is up there with his.
Right next to it. Holy crap. And you, that was your first physical media that you were able to get from a job. That was like a PS5 game or something, or a PS4 game.
It's actually on all the things now.
All the things.
My first game though was actually Sumerian 6, and I play a playable character in that one. And then I think Kong came right after that one.
Okay.
But I have like one game. A lot of this too is patience, massive patience, because one of the video games that I'm in right now that it's still in post is I just did their. It wasn't Scratch. It was they wanted me to audition for a specific character, and they wanted to use that for their
reference or whatever.
Yeah, to get their
promo.
To get their sponsors and stuff.
Yeah,
to try and get money to come in.
Okay.
And that character was in that. Well, I waited 3 years after that and thought, all right, I've been recast, or they moved on, or the game's not happening, or whatever. 3 years later, this is beginning of this year, they were like, hey, so we're done programming the game now. Do you still want to voice this character? I'm like, heck yeah, I still want to voice this character.
Do you like acting?
Yeah.
You want to pay me more money to be in a video game?
Sure.
Sure.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Let me check my. Yeah, I'm good.
This is maybe they tell you, and maybe I didn't listen, about how slow some of the stuff in this industry. Maybe because at first it's commercials, right? That's the thing that maybe all three of us learned mostly early on. Commercials are fast.
Yes.
Audition is due tomorrow, and then they're gonna hit it probably the week after, or so something like that. Whereas video games, you don't know after sending that audition in what happens. You never see the game, or it's very strange.
It's like, will it ever see the light of day? Like, I will say, each year on the anniversary of me sending in that part, I would write them and say, am I still in this? Is this still happening? And they just kept saying every year, just be patient. It's coming. Just be patient. It's coming. And then finally they were like, it's a go. Let's go.
Wow.
So video games do take the longest. And I'll say for commercials, I don't get many commercials. Even I'll get the auditions, but I could count on one hand the amount of commercials I've done.
Have you been shortlisted at least? Because that's what Voice 123 is muzzing me up. I start dropping.
I've been told that if you get a like on your audition in Voice 123, like where it says someone liked it, then that's their kind of version of being shortlisted.
Yes, it is.
And so, I've gotten quite a few of those, but did anything ever really pan through? Not all the time. And
that just keeps you in the top tier.
Yeah, it just keeps you, like, I was in the top 10 for a while, top 10%. And then, I don't know, I had my stint of, okay, nothing's happening. Is this really going to happen? Is, what we all get here and there. Sure. And, so I dropped into the 20% and I was like, all right, let's get your ass back in gear. Let's get moving again. Yeah. And, started doing some stuff again, and, little by little things are happening again. I can say that I've passed my, income of last year. So I'm like, all right, cool. Things are positive right now.
Ooh. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So it's not a huge amount, but hey, it's still positive.
You're
and
a working
moving forward.
actor.
Exactly.
You're a working actor.
Exactly. So
pays for the next thing. That's kind of where I am right now. Is like, the money is not huge, but it's kind of paying for the next thing.
Right.
And so I'm not technically making money, but I'm not losing as much as I did in the first year or two. So
I think since the last time I was on, I had also gotten the Discovery Channel things. I've gotten a couple of gigs on the Discovery Channel, which I think there's someone else. There was someone else that I was that I knew. I kind of helped. It's something. I know of another guy.
There's another guy. Another guy maybe did a Discovery Channel thing. Or
And he may have actually
Larry,
gotten-
says Larry called him up and said, "Dude, what are you doing in an hour?" I'm like,
Yeah, it was one of those
Yeah, that
things
was
that the
fun.
producers just said, "Hey, we need another male. Do you know a guy?" And I was like, "I know a few. What kind do you
Yeah.
need?"
You guys got to send me that episode. We got to put it in the link because I do want to see both of you in a, listen to
yeah,
both
I
of you.
mean, we both have I
Yeah.
mean, I think I recorded 7 lines. I think 3 or 4 of them made it.
Yeah, don't blink
and-
because our time is quick.
Yeah,
fine.
we're underwater and we're torching up an old boat pretty much, and so it's
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. Stand back,
That's exciting.
lighten it up.
It's actually season 17, episode 2 of Expedition Unknown.
Expedition Unknown. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's
so
on
cool, man.
HBO and Hulu, I believe.
Discovery Channel's been my jam since I was a kid. When I wasn't allowed to
It's
watch
a-
cartoons in the morning, I was like, fine, I'll watch animals.
I'm going to go watch Wicked Tuna.
It's
I
a
think-
cool show. I mean, I was like, cool, there I am, and then got to watch the rest of the episode.
Yeah,
and then it was pretty
And then,
cool.
Yeah.
Discovering the unknown. So
Okay. Well, so does it, when you first started voice acting, which was, I do forget how long ago, when was that?
About 5 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, similar-ish. It still feels like, all three of us are in the, we're still fighting to get, our
Scratching.
face
Yep.
in front of some of the right people, and we have, which is very cool.
Yeah.
But I see some of my other friends, and they're like, chugging along. And you do feel like one of those people to me, Larry. A, because I know what a great voice actor you are. B, you just said now 8 video games, which is so very exciting. And playable characters, which is freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your main goal, is to be video game guy, or are you still trying all sorts of different things?
I think, honestly, I don't have a niche that I've hit. I think the more I've been doing this, because I've done stage in the past, I think some of the areas that I'm having a lot of fun in more right now is some audio dramas, just because of the fact that it feels a lot like stage, right? Because you've got, when you listen to the finished product, you're hearing all the sound effects, you're hearing that total immersion into the scene as a listener
Yeah.
of what's actually going on, and it has a stage feel to it, and I really like that. The video games I love doing just because, I mean, who doesn't want to do video games?
How
right?
cool. Yeah.
And so that's a lot of fun. Commercials, I've really tried hard to break into that, but for some reason I cannot crack that sucker open. I will say that just 3 weeks ago, this is another thing for people that I really want them to be aware of is, I wake up on Saturday morning to an email that was from a production house that I did something 2 years ago for, that the sound engineer remembered me.
Oh.
And they were like, hey, we're looking for someone to be able to do this furniture commercial for a store in Virginia, a store line in Virginia. And, this guy thought of you. Brian was like, hey, I think I know a guy that could fit this real well. And, Christy writes me up and says, hey, you want to do this? We need it by Monday. And I was like, yeah, I want to do that. And so
Right.
I jumped in on it. But that was 2 years after I had already worked with this sound engineer, Brian, that he remembered me. And that's why I've started telling some of my friends of, always pay attention to everybody in the room with whatever project you're working on, because you don't know who you're going to make an impression on. You don't know who's going to remember you down the line just because you treated them right, or you talked to them right. You talk to them like they're a human being in the room too, and you're not this stuffy actor trying to, do some project. you included them in the process because they are part of the process. And then they remember that. And then they're like, hey, I know a guy.
Maybe I do that on accident because I'm so, like, in my head sometimes that I have to, like, start getting loose with some jokes and saying weird shit. You know me. I can't be serious generally.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, I'm just bada bing and bada boom all the time, and they're like, why you keep saying that? Stop with the bada bings and the bada booms. It's like the worst ad lib you can do.
No giraffes walk into a bar. Hey.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Hey-o.
So I get what you're saying. Like, it's nice to have the whole room feel collaborative instead of like this stuffy, like, lines. I did my lines. Not quite. Like, yeah.
Well, because I think a lot of people really address the director or the producer in the room and nobody else. They keep their focus on that person and not including the engineer, who's really quite an important part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And this was my first time ever because they kept saying over the weekend, I did like 2 tries on it over the weekend, and they're like, you're so dang close. What if we do a Source Connect on Monday? And it was due Monday. And they're like, what if we do a Source Connect at 7 a.m. and we knock this thing out? Because you're so close that I think we just need to tweak it a tiny bit and you've got it. And so it was my first time paying for Source Connect for 3 years that I actually got to use Source Connect.
Oh, my God. Even with video games, that's interesting.
Yeah, a lot of the video games that I have done, I've only been directed, like live direct.
Yeah.
On 2 games. And it was all over Zoom. So I was recording on my side.
Yes.
And then I just sent them the raw WAV file after I was done.
Yeah.
But doing a live direct with them over Zoom.
Okay. And live directed to self-directed, what's your favorite?
Honestly, I like live direct. Only because then you're getting the immediate feedback. You know that you're hitting the points. You don't feel, because we all have that imposter syndrome. We always feel like we're not doing this right. We listen to it. I've noticed a lot that I'll listen to myself, and honestly, I hate hearing my own natural voice.
Still?
Yeah, still. I don't.
Oh my gosh.
And that I'll listen to my playback and I'll nitpick it like crazy and think, I need to do this over again. Oh, I need to do this over again. And I've learned through a lot of different workshops to stop when I am in a live direct to read a line and they go, oh, wait, I could do that better. I could do that better. It's, no, shut up.
Shut up.
And wait for them to tell you something.
Yep.
Because a lot of times what you think sucked, they think is brilliant. And it's just because we're so, at least I am, so much more critical of ourselves.
Yeah.
And
Well,
what
and
we
it gives
do.
you a chance to do the yes and. It gives you a chance to, rather than you going, oh no, wait, I can do that better. You let them tell you, and then you're like, oh yeah, okay, and then it shows that you're directable. It shows that you can listen to the feedback, take that feedback, adjust your performance, and give them what they want.
Exactly.
I had a really rough time recently. Rough as a actor to get an audition. I'm kind of hand selected from a few demos. You audition, you get the job. Nice. Just send us 2. That's all we need. 2 takes of the little guy. I send it in. I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what they want. And then I get the email back. They didn't like it at all, and they need to schedule a live session. I'm like, whoa, wait. And we're going to make them pay for it. I'm like, whoa. Can I just try again? Can we just start over, second date, maybe better than the first date? Thank goodness I followed their direction better the second time, or understood more what they were looking for. If it's not this, then it is this. But that's too nerve-wracking for me.
Yeah.
If we could get in the room right away, we would have known that in like 5 minutes. Every time live direction for me is where I was headed with that.
And quite honestly, like when she tried giving me the redirect on Sunday, she wrote me this big long email, And she left everything in there. It was like a rough draft that she just kept the whole thing, and it was just like everything she wanted. And then she's like, you know what? There's too many adjectives in there. Let's just do the live direct tomorrow. And I just said, okay.
That's funny. Yeah, you're not going to be able to act all those at once.
Yeah.
Wait,
We want you to
how do I
be
sound-
loud but
yeah.
soft. We want you to be angry but softer.
Yes.
I'm like, okay.
Be gregarious but melancholy.
Yes. Sorry, I don't know those big words.
Yeah. What do you mean, sad and happy at the same time? So circling back, Larry, you were talking about audio dramas and how you're loving working on those. Larry is nominated for a One Voice Award in the audio drama category with some other people we know. It's kind of a who's who of Mitch and Mike's. I mean, not everybody, but there's at least half. I think half the males are either hosts of the podcast or have been on the podcast. So,
Yes.
it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I wish I could have bought a ticket to be in that room and just stand there and in a field of my friends.
It's gonna be fun.
But yeah, I can't wait to just listen from the outside.
Yeah, we'll just be outside that door with your mouth pressed up to
Yeah.
the crack in the door. I almost said your mouth pressed up to the crack, and I realized I needed to elaborate
doing-
more. But
you're doing
and then when you hear one of our names called out,
Nice job, you guys.
get back.
That's my friend.
But yeah,
No,
that's
I
going to
bought
be a
a
heck of a lot
spy
of fun.
cam for that situation.
So, Larry, what were you nominated for? Because there's a lot of us from the Shoestring TV. There were a good handful of us that were nominated for Shoestring stuff. You're part of the Shoestring family, but you were not nominated for Leo Braun or Magnetar or Topaz and Stillman. So
No.
what were you nominated for?
Mine was actually for the Strata, which is from Beyond the Dark Productions. Wait, was it the Strata or...
I didn't even
Hell
know what you
matter.
nominated.
No, it wasn't the Strata. Sorry, it was the Road of Shadows from Beyond the Dark with Mark R. Healy. He's the writer-director of those. And we've collaborated a little bit on a few. So I was on Road of Shadows. I'm also in the Strata, which he just gave me a really cool character recently.
Oh boy.
I have my recurring character already, and then he needed someone to do this kind of like Butcher on The Boys. He needed something kind of like
nice.
that, so I was able to pull that off for him and had loads of fun doing
I
that
love
one.
that character. That's awesome.
But now with like Shoestring TV that you're mentioning, I've had little roles in a few of them, and Leo Braun was one that I have a pretty good role in that I've heard should be maybe coming back. But I actually started out with the voice acting in those, just being one of the actors. I had noticed that a couple of emails that I had seen or Discord groups that I had seen where Jason Beard, the studio head there for Shoestring, he you could tell in some of the way he was wording things, he was kind of overwhelmed, to say the least. So I've dabbled in the past with sound and things like that. I mean, I am not a good sound engineer whatsoever, but I'm good with sound effects. I'm good with doing Foley and things like that and creating an atmosphere. So I just said, hey, if you want some help, I could try and see what I can do and help you out a little bit. And he told me to give him a sample. I gave him the sample, and he's like, I want you doing Magnetar.
Nice.
And so starting at episode 6, I think, I started producing Magnetar, and so I just finished the 3rd episode of mine. So it's 6, 7, and 8. They're not numbered that way, though. it's day,
No,
whatever.
well, especially
Day
not 7,
day
which
minus
is more like
128.
128 or something. I don't know.
Minus 128.
Minus 128, yeah.
But I'm having loads of fun with that. I am thoroughly enjoying the producing side of things. Learning new techniques with how to. I'm trying to learn how to make more of an even a bigger immersive world of to where three people are talking and you're hearing the center voice who's the main person in that scene in the center, but then you've got your left and rights that you actually hear on both sides. And learned right after I turned in this episode, because I wanted it for this episode but I couldn't figure out how to do it, of how to make it to where the voice and their footsteps and any sound effects that they have are panning across your listening ear to where you hear them walking across a room.
Ooh, wow.
And I was like, oh my God, I just figured this out. This is freaking awesome. I can't wait to do the next episode.
I'm guessing you listen to a few just to kind of get a feel, or you like listening to audio drama, perhaps?
I love listening. Since I was a kid, I loved listening to it. When my dad was actually stationed in North Dakota, and the University of North Dakota on Saturday nights would have their old-time radio dramas playing on the radio.
No way.
And I would listen to those when I'd go to bed and just loved listening to those.
Oh, wow. It's come full circle.
Oh, yeah. And now, now I'm doing this. I'm actually producing, casting, directing for these things now. And I'm having the time of my life doing this.
Do you find in other audio dramas or some of the old ones that they use the same techniques you're using? Or is this kind of new to our world where they're the higher production value?
For me, when I'm listening to something, like, for instance, right now I'm listening to the full cast versions of Harry Potter from Audible.
Oh, nice.
And where you're getting that full immersion. I mean, they still have a narrator. I'm not always big on a narrator narrating a scene, but it is an audiobook, so they're but with a full cast. Right. But like certain techniques that I wanted to learn for a certain show that might be coming out from a couple of cool guys, that I would hear when they're listening to something. I forget what the newspaper is called in Harry Potter. But every time a letter is read or a newspaper article is read, you'd hear this weird kind of an echo that starts out the talking and then it goes right into normal talking. And it just kind of had this ghostly, ethereal kind of a sound to it before it would start. And I'm like, I got to figure out how to do this. And it's usually when I listen to something, like the thing that I had with the sound effects going side to side, I've heard it on other things, and that's where I was like, I need to learn that technique.
Yeah.
Because I just like the way it feels as a listener. Because that's where I get most of my ideas, is I love to listen to that stuff. So when I hear it, I'm like, ooh, I want to learn how to do that. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, well, and that's where, I mean, you and I have had many conversations recently as you're figuring this stuff out. And just the excitement in your all caps text or whatever. Oh, you got to hear this. I figured this out, and then he sends me a little sound file. And it's just it's fun to, like, because for me, all of that's way over my head. I don't know anything about sound engineering or anything like that. Don't claim to, and don't really want to get too into it. But that's where someone like you, who does have that passion, is. It's fun listening to you talk about it and talk about your excitement about the things you've figured out how to do, and that's only going to make the quality of the things you're working on, the Magnetar, and some other things, come out. And I guess it's a good segue to talk about. To maybe talk a little bit about something new that might involve the three people in this room. Larry alluded to it a little bit. We've, on a couple of episodes recently, kind of, dropped a couple of hints, but we'll go ahead and spend the next segment talking about a new audio drama being written and produced under the Shoestring TV umbrella. And that audio drama is being written by yours truly. And it'll be starring myself and Mitchell Lashinsky.
Hi.
And will be engineered and also starring in a recurring role engineered by Larry Oblander.
Hello.
And so, yes, we have a new show that we are working on. We do not have a date of release or anything like that. We're just in the, we're really getting the ball rolling. I have earlier this year, really the turn of the year, was talking to Jason about, Jason Beard from Shoestring, about ideas and things. And he wanted to get me more involved in some things and had an idea for a show. We talked about some kind of buddy thing with me and Mitch, and I ended up taking kind of an idea that we talked about, and I made it into a full pitch for him, and he was like, "Yeah, this is great. Let's run with it." And I said, "Can I try to write it?" And he was like, "I'm all for that. You go." And I hadn't written really much of anything in a long time. I've done some little things for my church, but it just started flowing, and it's very exciting.
It's almost like he's obsessed.
Maybe just
now. Can I stop you for a sec?
Yeah.
Larry, I feel like we're on the same page. Did you read the rough draft or second draft, whichever one you read first, and go, yeah, yes,
100%. I wrote Mike right after I read it,
yes,
and was like, dude, this thing is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, this is your thing. Like, I don't know, you're a great actor and you're a fine father, but you're definitely
you're okay at raising kids.
You're just, mediocre at best. But as a writer, like,
his writing is
for
brilliant.
Me, I don't know, it's so good. It's like, yeah.
It's so weird because it's just, I don't even know where it's coming from. It just, things are coming together in my head, plot points and dialogue, and I know that I've known for a long time the little things that I have done and the things I've created. I'm very much a dialogue guy. I like to play dialogue out in my head as it's hitting the paper, and I want it to sound like an actual conversation. I think that's one thing that, as much as I love audio dramas and I've loved listening to a lot of different things from a lot of different creators, from Jason to Iridescent Acorn to our friend we had on the show a couple weeks ago, Susan Cooper, and other things out there. Sometimes, at times in those audio dramas and in other audio dramas, the conversation is definitely, this person talks and then this person talks and then this person, and I feel like sometimes it can sound a little bit more natural conversation. So that's the way I write. There's a lot of imperfections in the speech, and and there's talking over each other and things like that that I want to capture and really have it sound real. So that's where I'm coming from with this, and really I had Jason help me with, because I'm like, dude, I know how to write a conversation, but I don't know how to come up with a full coherent story. And so he helped me work through just some basics of a 10 episode story arc. I took that, fleshed it out into scenes, and I now have a direction from episode 1 to episode 10 about where this is going. And I've written about 4.5 episodes now, and things are changing a little bit here and there as I get ideas and some questions that I had that I'm like, all right, I got to figure out how to answer that. All of a sudden it's hit me, I know how to do that. And it's caused me to, as I'm writing episode 4, I got to go back and edit something in episode 1 to make it make sense in episode 4 and things like that. So that's just been exciting and fun for me. And then the other part that's been very exciting for me is throwing the episodes to Mitch, throwing the episodes to Larry, and having them go, oh, this is great, and shooting me notes and things that well, what about this? And I'm answering their questions, and Larry's like already taking the scripts and figuring out the sound for them, and we're playing with what some of the things are going to sound like, and it's just.
I wish I would have had script 1 in here with me. I'd show you right now all the handwritten notes I put on this script.
Oh my gosh!
I want this sound going here. I want this going here, and I need this. Music starts right here. And
That's so cool, you guys. I just I'm the dreams boy. I'm just like, let's make it an animation, and it's like, we haven't done anything yet. What are you talking about? I feel like just an actor. Like, put me in my place, please. I will act when it's time. Because you guys are you're so ingrained in this. You know, maybe I'm just like the get friends guy. I don't know what my role is yet.
I will say the thing that I and I've told Mike this several times reading these scripts is he leaves you by the end of each episode. I'm like, okay, where's the next episode? Dude, I got to know what's going on. Where's the next episode? It kept me wanting to, what's happening? And then the fact of like how he says, you know, the real life, those things, you know, you hear a lot of audio dramas that all they do is stick to the story, right? The main story throughout the talking. He, you know, peppers in all these little just day-to-day humdrum topics into the conversations as well that I think is just brilliant in how he's writing that.
Well,
He literally wrote me like he knows me.
Yeah.
I don't know why the guy has to have IBS. I don't know why. He's got to be like a shit talker. Like,
I did write it with you.
Loves whiskey.
This was always going to be a vehicle for Mitch and I. You know, so there wasn't any question about that casting. Some of it, as I'm writing things, some things have fallen into place. It made sense to talk to Larry, and as I pulled him in, there is a definite role that I am writing with him in mind. Our mutual pal Sean Scott, I'm like, oh, he would be perfect for this. You know, Mitch has brought up some people as well, and we've got our pal, and then our Mitch and Mike's number one fan, Derek States, is going to have a good role in this as well.
Does he know that? Is he learning that now?
No, he knows. Yeah, we officially asked him. To be a part of it. Emily Fry from the Leo Broniverse. She's Laurie Stryker and Leo Braun. She's going to be one of the leads.
Talk about a rise. Talk about a rising star.
Kat Jarvie. So,
Kat Jade Jarvie is going to be involved. She's got a super fun role. That we're not going to divulge just yet.
Oh, okay.
So that's fun. So the cast is fleshing out. The cast is you know, we don't have everything done, everything cast yet, but you know, part of it too is I'm purposely trying not to get too sprawling with the cast, just because I like the thought of keeping it intimate and being able to cast it the way we want to, and you know, pulling in people we love and we know we want to work with, and to be a part of it. So
and everyone who isn't a part of it, we don't love or care about.
Not at all. Yeah,
that's right.
Hit the road, Bucky.
So if you're listening to this and we didn't name you, fuck off.
No, that's harsh. No. No,
if you know me, my friend, you know I'm joking.
Oh yeah,
gee,
we all know you're joking, Mitch.
Everyone knows joking.
But yeah, no, the only things that are really cast are things that were pretty obvious to us. You know, who should be playing those roles. Everything else we'll figure out. But yeah, I mean, we want to do this right. You know, don't look for it in 2 weeks. We still have yet to. I want to complete the entire season. Writing the entire season. I want to know that we have a full show, and get it fully cast and start doing, you know, before we even start recording probably. It would be great if everything works out where we can start pushing episodes toward the end of the end of the year. But again, that's all going to depend on whether you know, we get all our ducks in a row. And how much work it's going to take. Because one of the things I think that we want to do, and Larry and I have talked about this, and Mitch, I think you and I have talked about it as well, is we do want to be on a regular schedule. I want to have everything in a can, the entire season in the can before we start pushing episodes, because I think it would be fun and good to do an every other week release to where they can count on those episodes coming, and look forward to them, especially because, as Larry said, I mean, we're leaving some cliffhangers at the end and stuff, and we want people to be clamoring for, the next one's coming out, and I don't want to lose that momentum. I want to keep that momentum up. So
we should record our recording sessions, because those could get pretty good, I bet.
Yeah, and that's the other thing hopefully we can do is do group recording sessions, because I think, again, like I said, the way the dialogue goes and everything, it will go so much better if certain people, if we're in the same room together, so to speak. It'll help with the timing of everything.
Exactly.
That's
A quick question for Larry. Since you've become a yes man to this specific job, and now are roped into 2, at the very least, and you're loving it,
Yes.
could you see yourself taking that on more? Maybe not stepping back from voice acting, but like starting to make that the brunt of your, like, if this started rolling for you, people keep asking you, yes, we're going to pay Larry, he loves money. Is this filling your creative box?
I think very much so. I love doing this, and I think I've talked to Mike in the past about this, and Jason for sure. Him and I have talked quite a bit about that. I love the creativity side that I'm able to do to build the world. Like with, one of the things that he had mentioned before that he thought was brilliant was, but it comes from my military background, is, I'm reading the script about, on episode 6, I believe it was, maybe it was 7, of the sniper round.
Yeah.
And the script said they hear the shot, and then the crack on the glass. And I'm like, that's not how that would work. The glass is going to crack first, and then you're going to hear the report.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
And so, me realizing these little details, Jason was like, I really like where your head is at, because you're really thinking about these details to try and make sure that we are hitting good sound issue type things on these episodes.
Yeah.
And it's just, I just love the creativity. You're in the office, so I'm making very subtly, this show is based roughly around the 80s. So in the background, I have a dot matrix printer printing. Just because I was like, it's in the 80s, let's make that. I mean, I don't think they even had dot matrix back then, maybe. Yeah, I think they did. And so I wanted that to be in the background to show that era of computing, right?
Yeah.
Even though these guys are a little bit more advanced with some of the stuff that they're doing,
Right.
I still wanted to have that 80s feel in it.
yeah.
And so it's those little types of details that I just love doing it. It's just a cool creative side for me.
And it's fun to hear from, because like we were talking through a scene in the show we're developing that just simply takes place in a pizza restaurant. And Larry was talking me through, okay, I want, when they come in, we want to have the walla, but also the sound of video games playing. And that's where he was talking about the walking past and figuring out how to make it sound. And so he wants that sound of the video game to grow as we're passing it, and then shrink as we're getting past it. And so all those little details, I think, are going to add so much more to the productions that Larry is doing, whether it's ours, whether it's Magnetar, whether it's anything else he picks up, in the future. He's got that mind for detail that I think is just going to elevate things even more so.
It's just fun. It's just so much fun.
Yeah. I do wish you were there longer to help me flesh out that character in Magnetar a little longer. Because the one time that you directed me, I have to say, I enjoyed it. Not only are you good at putting things together, but I think you're straightforward enough and not shitty
I'm not gonna lie, I was scared shitless doing that because that was
Really?
my first time ever directing anybody.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, oh.
I think you know how you want to be treated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that element of coming from being directed to then being a director. Yeah, you know how to run a room because you know how you want to be treated in that room.
As a me trying to direct my friend, you get into a room with a bunch of friends, you do some scripts, and you've probably done that, and everyone's their own director for the friends.
Right.
I am a metaphors guy. It's not helpful. Like, I just need to get better at straightforward, find this thing. The more I get directed, the more I understand it. I think I'm better at giving people a new idea.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, ideas guy does something useful. It's finding like, you can do that really well. What about this?
Yeah, that's a great moose sound. But why don't you do it like you're eating a bowl of Snap, Crackle, and Pop Rice Krispies?
And I think that's where I was doing my directing a little different. Is instead of saying, throwing out a bunch of adjectives of how I wanted the voice to be, I was setting the scene each time.
Yeah.
I was like, here's what's happening. Here's what you're seeing. Go. How would Mitch react to this?
Yes.
If this was happening right in front of him, do it. Because some people will read a script and sometimes they don't read. I still call it, even though it's audio, I still call it stage notes, which is setting the scene. You're doing this, you're doing blah, blah, blah. This is going on around you. And they just read the line with how they think it should be read instead of actually even reading the characters before them. Not just the line right before them, but everything that's gone on before them. I mean, when I'm doing an audio drama, I'm reading everybody's lines. Mm-hmm. And my recording is just going. So I'll have these huge gaps that I've got to cut out later because I'm reading their lines and the way I think based off of the description of how I think they're going to react. And so in my head, I'm doing that character as well. And then I do the next one. And this is how I'm reacting, blah, and do whatever. And then that's what I try to do when I'm directing everybody. And I mean, come on, with you, with Mike, when I got to work with, I think the most scared I was in directing was Allison Cossett and Jen Tafoni. I was like, I think that's how you say her last name. Tafoni?
I don't know.
And I was scared out of my mind to direct those two because they've done so much. And I'm like, who am I to direct these guys? And both of them were just like, no. You tell us exactly what you're looking for because that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Right.
And
well, that's what makes a great actor
all
as
of a
well.
sudden.
It doesn't matter. The director's a director, and they have the vision, and you need to figure out how to make that vision come through.
Yeah.
I've definitely gotten in the rooms with people who, it's really wild. I've noticed some people are way better directors than they are actors, especially early on. They know exactly what they want to hear. And they're giving, I'm like, holy crap, you thought of this? Like, this is insane. It is interesting to see everyone's techniques. But no one's directing you yet in these shoestring TVs. You're not being live directed for these.
I think we need to change that.
That's going to all be changing.
I don't think it matters. No, you're doing it by reading the entire script, which to me is absolutely wild. I hate script setup. I recently thought I need to come up with a new script setup.
He texted me when I said it. When he's like, "Dude, I can't wrap my brain around this. The way this is laid out. It's. What was the phrase you used? You're like, it's. I don't know. You said something about it was corrupting your brain or something like that.
That sounds about right. Just the way it looked. Why? Who? I understand that there's a layout because you have this and then this and that, but it's so ugly and the text is not. Everything's no. I understand we used to use typewriters. We don't do that anymore. I swear to God someone can come up with this, and they're going to make a lot of money.
So would it help you to just put it in a different font as opposed to the standard screenwriting?
I think it's the layout
typewriter
for him
font?
as well. But
yeah, I don't know. All
Would
the parentheses and the brackets
Comic
and
Sans
the
work better for you?
middle,
Should I?
probably
Yeah.
make me
Waka,
funnier.
waka,
Huh?
But
Yeah.
see, that's the thing. That's for a lot of people. They don't read the parentheses stuff, and that's the stage notes.
Yeah.
It is. So for me, especially early, midway through, Katie Lee had to be like, "Did you read any of what's going on?" And I'm like, "No." She's like, "That's pretty important to know what you're doing."
Yep.
I'm like, "Okay, fine." And yeah, now that's fun for me. Something broke recently, and all of it's fun. Digging into a commercial, a silly, whatever, corporate narration. I'm like, what does this mean? Like, all of a sudden, all of it's really fun. But, yeah, fucking reading script notes. Like, just, I don't know. Tell me or something. Have an actor
That's
there.
what we're doing in this.
I need a reader.
Notes.
No, I want you to read it to me before bed, Mike.
All right. Yeah.
I think
we'll
I'm
do
used
that
to
when
it
we have
because
the
I
live.
did 4 years of stage before doing any of this, so I'm used to reading scripts this way.
Yeah. I hated
I always
it
gotta
then
have something to
too.
complain
I'm
about.
like, put me on stage and let me act, everyone. I don't care what it says in the book.
Tell me where my mark
Mitch
is.
is just out there.
Tell me what to
Line.
Line. Did you read it? No, just tell me the line.
Just
and I
feed me
will
the
act-
line, asshole.
That'd be a good show. They standing O at the end.
Yeah. Great.
There's a lot of line in this.
Yeah. Why does he say line all the time? Is that just a weird expression of his?
Why are we reading so much?
Always touching
All
his
right.
ear.
Well, and
Yeah.
speaking of acting,
Oh,
what do you say, gents? What do you say? Would you like to do a little bit of acting to end up the episode?
I've been waiting years for this.
Let's do it.
It's time to act.
I'm scared.
Larry Oblander.
I'm scared.
When we come back.
And now,
always scary.
when we do this, you'll see why I produce now.
So all of a sudden,
It's gonna be
piece of
great.
crap. Yeah.
Don't be offended. Don't be offended. Don't be offended. Here we go.
Oh wait, did you hit record?
I did.
Yep.
We're recording.
Oh fuck.
You ready to go? This is not actually part of the ChatGPT script.
Well, shit.
All right, now. Here we go.
Oh, wait. Here, I can help you out on that.
Oh, you going to give me sound effects?
Just so
Okay, he's got
glad.
his-
Ready?
Oh. And action. Yeah, IT support. This is Derek. How can I help you?
Yeah, hi. I can't get into my OnlyFans account.
Yeah, okay. What's happening?
Password's wrong. Which is bad because today's upload is feet in breakfast foods.
Okay.
Pancakes, waffles, French toast, syrup, optional.
Right.
They're already plated.
Yeah. Let's focus on the login first. Have you reset your password?
Can't. Recovery email's gone.
Huh.
The oatmeal's starting to skin over.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
It means I'm losing money.
Yeah, okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna escalate this to Miles.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Miles.
Wow. It's so full. Derek says that you know computers.
I know some computers.
Sends shivers down my spine. Excellent. My feet are ready.
You're what?
Cinnamon rolls, croissants, breakfast burrito.
Yeah, okay.
The breakfast burrito was surprisingly difficult.
I have no follow-up questions.
Good.
What's your username?
Well, I mean, it might be toes before pros.
Might.
Or Footy McFooty.
Okay.
Our soup stepper.
None of those sound familiar because I don't work for OnlyFans.
Well, that's fair.
You know what? Let me send you back to Derek.
Just okay.
Yeah, I'll go for Derek.
Yeah, Miles couldn't solve it.
Oh, hell, it's you again. Jeez. Yeah, I figured.
Lunch is tomorrow.
Congratulations, I guess.
Chili,
Uh-huh.
macaroni,
Sure.
grilled cheese balanced across the both feet.
Yeah, that's symmetrical, I guess.
Thank you.
So, do you remember creating the account?
I think I was eating lasagna.
Yeah. Does that help you remember the password?
Nope. But it sure explains the stains on my keyboard.
Yeah. All right. I'm transferring you again.
Okay.
Mom, I'm on the phone!
Oh.
Miles speaking.
I think I remembered something.
Great.
My goldfish, he was named Ravioli.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that information.
Security question.
Right.
Also, my favorite teacher was Mr. Blevins.
Please stop telling me your security questions.
Sorry.
Have you, contacted OnlyFans support?
I know. I called you guys first.
That was your first mistake.
I panicked.
That's reasonable, though.
I mean, the mashed potatoes are ready.
That's becoming a recurring theme.
Well, I mean, you only get about 15 minutes before they lose the right texture.
I'll pretend I understand.
Thank you.
Derek wanted another shot, I guess, so I'm gonna shoot you back over to him, all right?
But
Hold on one sec.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go for Derek.
Hi again.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I made a meatloaf volcano.
Why?
Mashed potato lava.
Yeah, sure, of course.
It took 6 hours.
No, I believe you.
Nobody's ever going to see it, though.
Yeah, unless you, I don't know, log in.
Correct.
Look, have you, I don't know, tried writing down every password you've ever used?
Oh, well, I mean, there's hundreds.
Yeah, of course there are. Never mind.
Wait,
What?
buttered toast feet.
What? Is that it?
No.
Well,
You're
what the hell, man?
You're weirdly good at this.
Yeah, I'm worried about what that says about me.
Can you send me back to Miles?
Oh, thank God. Yes, I will.
Miles?
Hi, buddy.
Hi.
I think we're friends now.
Yeah, I don't think we've earned that.
Do you want to see the meatloaf volcano?
No.
The pancake stack?
No.
The chili?
Definitely no.
You're not judging me, though, right?
Not even a little, dude.
That's nice.
I just simply have no idea how to get into your account, right?
That's fair.
My official recommendation is to recover your email first.
That's the whole solution?
That's the entire solution, man.
Want a breakfast burrito?
Actually? Yeah, I do.
Great. Shoes off?
Fuck. You were listening the whole time, Derek?
Sorry, man. I couldn't help it. It was,
Great mic technique, Mitch. Yeah, that was.
yeah, that was an interesting choice. That is not the way Mitch rehearsed it.
I was like, those
I
guys.
can't be creepier than the customer. And then he comes in.
I just imagine because there's those guys who you can tell that they're doing other shit at their house, like maybe they're just on their couch, I don't know.
You hear the blender kick on.
Yeah, exactly. All the kids are back there. All my kids I have to support. Yeah, Larry, that's creepy.
You do that far too well.
Where'd that
Larry.
character come from?
Far too well.
I used to actually use that character all the time, talking to the boys. Hey
I
guys, you want
thought
to go
you were
play some
gonna
golf?
say, I actually used to use OnlyFans.
Yeah, 4 feet specific.
Got to support
I
yourself
never
somehow.
used OnlyFans. It was MySpace. and the burritos do feel pretty good on the feet.
Yeah, they were kind of a little restrictive about the feet pictures, right?
I imagine.
Please tell me they were.
I don't remember, actually. I feel like it was a pretty loosey-goosey site, if I recall.
MySpace was the Wild West.
I mean, I was a teenager, so I wasn't doing much on there, but, you oldies.
Yeah, I actually never used
I was already
it.
married. I was not. I was not doing the MySpace.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're learning so much.
Hey.
Well, goodness gracious me, Larry, that was fun. Not only just hanging with you, but acting out this weirdly strange script that I don't know who it was that suggested OnlyFans, but yeah, thanks for that. I'm gonna
No one wants to take it either. I don't remember if it was me, but I wasn't
It
going
wasn't
to
me.
say it either.
It was one of you two hooligans.
We're not going to say.
Yeah, I don't remember, actually.
All right. Well, good times, fellas. And, we'll all be in the same room together in about, 5 weeks? 6
Yeah, buddy.
weeks?
Holy
Can't
crap. This is wild.
Welcome. Come to
I
Dallas.
still got to get my flight. I paid for the dinner. I paid for the conference, but haven't got my flight yet.
Oh, well, yeah, you might be running.
Might be good. Layover
Yeah.
in Detroit.
There you go. You and Mitch can hang out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, Larry, thanks for joining us. Can't wait to hear all things audio drama come from you and us and all of us together.
Thanks for
hopefully
having me
have
back.
more about that to come, and just thank you for being a friend.
You guys are awesome.
Till next time, here are our awkward goodbyes.
I'm just doing hearts with my finger. If you're not watching, it's a tiny heart.
Little hearts.
Is it? It's
Little.
2 fingers.
I'm going to tell our
Little.
listeners that I've been using this tiny heart even on LinkedIn to people who might give me jobs. Is that bad?
I don't. How?
There's an emoji of this.
Oh, the emoji. The tiny
Yeah.
heart. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. My favorite emoji is the one with the giant teeth.
Oh, that's a good
The
one.
big grin.
Yeah, the big grin.
The shit-eating grin.
Yeah.
What about
Because
this
that's me.
one? We should just turn it off and talk about it later. But what about this
Yeah.
one?
If you're not watching, you have no idea what emoticons we are emoticoning.
Oh, yeah. Go over to
So-
frickin' YouTube or whatever it was.
Yeah, if you've listened to this,
Yeah.
go over to YouTube.
Look at
watch
Larry's
the entire
face.
thing all over again.
A lot of faces going on.
All right.
Audio.
Anyway, bye, y'all. It's been real.
All right, fellas. It's been awesome.
Later?